Hi Jeannie, it's Colin. I'll run through the questions for you. I've just sort of put them in here. Now the first one's a bit of a tricky one because actually the answer is right here in the styles.css site styles, boom, line 274 we have text 1 and text 2, and you'll find in yours there's a text transform, and it's uppercase like this. That's what it's going to look like in yours, and you need to remove those from website text 1 and 2. But that's not the problem. Even if you do that, it's not going to make a difference. The reason being is, hang on a sec here, it's the font. Okay, this right here, this font, that's an all uppercase font. So even if you went for text transform uppercase, it's not going to make a difference. You actually need to change the font type. Was it Bebas Regular right here, you're going to need to change that to something else. If you're looking for somewhere to start with, you can use we've imported a couple of fancy fonts here, the Buxton Sketch Regular or the Bebas Regular, or just use whatever font family you want to use that's sort of web safe, if you want to call it that. And the best way to do that is to, you've done this probably a million times anyways, but just scrub out the font family and the thing, the semicolon, hit that, and then you can go down and pick something else. Whatever list of font families you want to go with. Dreamweaver has like some suggested ones here. Let's go with something like that. Save, and then that should change the font when I refresh it. There we go. Now we've got, you see that? Now it's in a lowercase font. Then you'd have to change the website name to this one as well. Okay, so just maybe copy this over to here in place of that for text 2, so they're both the same, and you can change the font size and the color right here. Okay, that's the first question out of the way. I like to increase the font size of the navigation sub-menus at the top of the pages. How do I do that? I'm just going to pull up the page, drop this down. I'm just going to use Firefox with Firebug and see if we can figure out. It is in the drop-down menu, and it is the font size of 12. So watch this. I love Firebug because I can do this here. I can, when I select something in the page, right, I do a right click on it and inspect element with Firebug. It actually goes right to the code for me, and then it pulls up all the CSS. So I can actually play around with the sizes that I want. I can go to 16, for example, and drop it down to see if that's the size I want to go with. But the coolest thing, of course, is it actually tells me where I have to make that change. I go to the menu bar, line 58, and there it is, font size, and it was 12. So in this case, we're going to go to our menu bar, line 58. Oh, here it is. Starts on line 58, I should say. And look for your font size. There it is, 12. Change it right there. I'd like to increase the font size. Okay, I'd like to increase the font size of the footer text. I think we can do that as well. And I always use Firebug simply because I don't know where half the stuff is because I do so many templates, right? I can't keep everything in mind. Now this is using, there it is right there, footer, font size of 13. So in the backgrounds.css, line 232, let's just see if this changes the font size here. 16px. Yep, that did it. So backgrounds, line 232, backgrounds, starting on line 232, there it is right there. When you scroll down the page, the homepage, for example, you get a different heading, which I don't want. How do I remove that? It looks terrible. When you scroll down the homepage, for example, you get a different heading, which I don't want. Okay, let me see what you're referring to here. Index page. Okay, so and it scrolls down and it fades in like so. Okay, that's called the sticky menu bar. Okay, and if you don't want that, let me just see how we can stop that. So basically what that is, it's called a header, sticky header. It does change so that the background shows up, but it's easy to get rid of and just have a regular web page. To do that, open up your site JavaScript header adhesive.js. Just open that up, do a Control A to select everything, and then get rid of it, cut it. That's all you need to do. Save the page, and then it goes away. About Diablo page. I want to do a content header like About Diavolo on all pages. How do you do that? That is just a storyboard section, but let me check. Something like this here, that little section up there, basically that is the, and I'm pretty sure that's the showcase section right there. So basically all you do is pretty much all your pages except for the index page will have that. That's what you're talking about right here. So every page but the home page section, but you can copy that in from, you just go to your About section here, and we're looking for the showcase right here. See this showcase right there? See the code inside where it says showcase start, showcase end? Basically you grab this and copy it into any other page, and that's where it will show up. Okay, then you could so put it into the showcase region or put it into your SEO region right here. Those are both the two sections you can put it into. You can even put it into the index page if you wanted. And the index page, the showcase might be used up by the big full screen slider there. Right, but nope, there it is right there, showcase. You can just pop it in just like so, hit save, we preview this. There it is. When we slide down, there it is right there. It shows up right here. Instead, for the index page, we put the heading right there, but you could also pop it in just like I showed you. Okay, this one question here, I really wasn't understanding it, to be honest with you. See the template DWT. So actually what I did is I just previewed it in the browser, because you can do that. Okay, there's that showcase section right there, but there is no content on the right, so maybe it was another page you were thinking of. Because you do have your pages folder here. Maybe there was a 2-column left or 2-column right, which you were referring to. So maybe a little clarification on that.